Hi, today we are going to see about Chebyshev type 1 filters. IR filters. IR filters infinite impulse response has been classified in two types to find the analog specification. One is called as the Butterworth filter and another one is the Chebyshev filter. And to convert this to digital, we are using another two techniques known as the IIT as well as BLT, bilinear transformation and impulse invariant transformation. Okay, so we have seen the analog Butterworth filter and the digital conversion in IIT and BLT in the previous section. Now we are going for IAR analog using Chebyshev type 1 filters, and you have to convert it to a digital using IIT and BLT. Okay, in this it is given as type 1 filter. So Chebyshev are divided into two types. One is type 1 and type 2. The filter or the frequency that is having passband ripple, if the ripples are present in the passband of the response, it is called type 1. And if the filter is having ripples in the stop band, it is called as type 2 filters. So we are dealing with type 1 filter. So we are having ripples in the passband. Okay, so we can understand this with the help of an example, with the help of a question. Design a digital Chebyshev filter. So we are directly going for a Chebyshev filter, as we have seen in the Butterworth filter. Design a Chebyshev filter for the following specification using bilinear as well as inverse invariant transformation. So the question is given as 0.8 less than or equal to modulus h of e power j omega less than or equal to 1, 0 less than or equal to omega less than or equal to 0.2 pi, and modulus h of e power j omega less than or equal to 0.2, 0.6 pi less than or equal to omega less than or equal to pi. So first we can do with the help of a BLT. So in the previous section I told you, to convert the analog signal to digital signal, we have to pre-warp the signal. That means you have to increase the amplification, or you have to boost up the signal as it should not reach the non-linearity. So for this you have to, so the same figure we can draw using it is a low pass filter. Your value you are having is 1 by root of 1 plus epsilon square is equal to 0.8, and that is from 0 to 0.2 pi, and 1 by root of 1 plus lambda square is equal to 0.2. Okay, so and that frequency is 0.6 pi. Here to do BLT, you have to first prepare the signal. You have to find ohm p is equal to 2 by t tan omega p by 2, that is equal to, here t is equal to 1 second, and this is not given, you can take it as 1 second. So 2 tan omega p, the value will be 0.2 pi by 2. Okay, that you will get 0.6498. Don't forget to put your calculator in radius mode. I'm repeatedly telling you, ohm s is equal to 2 by t tan omega s by 2, that is equal to 2 tan 0.6 pi by 2, that is equal to 2.752. Okay. Now you got ohm p and ohm s. Now you have to find the value of epsilon as well as lambda. Okay, so you have to find epsilon and lambda. 1 by root of 1 plus epsilon square is equal to 0.8. Cross multiply, you will get 1 by 0.8 is equal to root of 1 plus epsilon square. So you have to convert the root over here. So it will be square. Okay. Now this will be cancelled. Then you will get 1 by 0.8 the whole square. Taking the minus 1 away, minus 1 is equal to epsilon square. Converting the square, you will get it as root. So root of 1 by 0.8 the whole square minus 1 is equal to epsilon, and that you will get it as your epsilon value. While doing, you will get it as 0.75. Similarly, 1 by root of 1 plus lambda square is equal to your lambda value got it as 0.2. So therefore the same procedure, lambda you will get 4.899. Okay, so here now you got epsilon value, lambda value, ohms and ohm p. So now you got lambda 4.899, epsilon 0.75, ohm p 0.649, ohms 2.752. Okay, now you have to find the value, the order. So in an Butterworth you got it as log of. Here you have to find cos H inverse lambda by epsilon divided by cos H inverse ohms by ohm p. Instead of log you have to use cos H inverse. In calculator you can take it at shift. You can press shift and you have a value called hype. The value is HYP. Okay, HYP, hype, shift, hype, cos. If you are pressing shift, hype and cos term, you will get cos H inverse. So this is how you have to take in a calculator. Okay, shift, hype, cos, you will get cos H inverse. You have to substitute the value of lambda and epsilon and cos H inverse of ohms and ohm p. So the value will be 1.208 and approximately you can take it as n is equal to 2. Okay. Next, here I told you it is an ellipse. So you have to find the major and the minor axis. In the previous section, Butterworth was in a unit circle and Chebyshev we are taking in a it is an elliptical manner. So it is in an ellipse. So you have to find the major and minor axis. To find the major and minor axis, you have to know the value of mu. Mu is equal to epsilon raised to minus 1. You got the value of epsilon. Epsilon raised to minus 1 plus root of 1 plus epsilon raised to minus 2. By substituting the value of epsilon and giving, you will get the value mu is equal to 3. Okay, and the axis A and B are the major and minor axis. So that is equal to ohm P into mu of 1 by capital order of the filter minus mu raised to minus 1 by n divided by 2. That is equal to, substituting the value of ohm P you got it as 0.649. 0.649 mu you got it as 3 raised to 1 by 2 minus 3 raised to minus 1 by 2 divided by 2. Your value will be equivalent to 0.3752. Similarly, B is equal to ohm P mu raised to 1 by n plus mu raised to minus 1 by n by 2. That is equal to 0.649 3 raised to 1 by 2 plus 3 raised to minus 1 by 2 by 2. and the value is equal to 0.75. Okay, now here onwards you have to put it in a degree mode. You have to find the angle. Angle is equal to pi by 2 plus 2k minus 1 by 2n into pi, where k varies from 1 to etc. up to n. Your n value is 2, so your k value varies from 1 and 2. If n is 3, your value should vary from 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Here 180 by 2, 90 plus. Here it is in a degree mode. Okay. 90 plus 2k minus 1 divided by 2 into n is 2. 2 into 2 into 180 degree. Okay. You will this is equivalent to 45 degree, and again when k, substituting k is equal to 2 and 90 plus 2, k is equal to 2 into 2 4, 4 minus 1 3. Okay, 3 by 4 into 180, that is equivalent to, you get 225, and sorry, this is not 45. It is 135. Okay, 135 and 225. Okay, next you have to find the major and minor axis. This is the equation. Xk is equal to a cos phi k plus j b sin phi k. Okay, this is the major. A cos phi k is the major axis and b sin phi k is the minor axis. To find these a and b and the phi value, you went for the above steps. Okay, and now in your calculator you can just substitute that a is equal to, you got the value of a and b, a 0.3752, b 0.75, and the angle. So phi k, phi 1 is equal to a 0.3752 cos 135 plus j always, if you're using a calculator, you have to put after the value only. Okay, b means you got 75, 0.75, 0.75 sin 135. Similarly, S2 is equal to, k varies from up to n, capital N. You got 1 and 2. Your capital N is 2, so you have to find the value for 1 and 2. 0.3752 cos 225 plus j 0.75 sin 225. Okay, so in a calculator you can just place 0.3752 cos 135 plus 0.75 j sin 135. You will get minus 0.2653. Shift equal, you will get imaginary term 0.53 j. Again, instead of 135, you just substitute 225 over there. So in the 225, you will get the imaginary of the term, minus 0.2653 minus 0.53 j. Okay, now you are going to group this together. So that means you are getting s plus h of s is equal to, so you have the analog term, h of s is equal to s plus real part 0.2653 the whole square plus the imaginary j square means minus 1, it will be plus 0.53 the whole square. So that is equal to s square plus x. You are expanding and finding the final answer. s square plus 0.5306s plus 0.3516. Okay, so to get the numerator term, here we got the denominator term. To find the numerator term, there are two conditions. Okay, so in this to find the numerator, the condition is given as, if you want to find the numerator transfer function, so the two conditions are, one, if the value of n, that means the order of the filter, is odd, you have to substitute, that means this is the denominator term now you got. So if the value n you got here is 2, so it's an even number. If it was an odd number, you have to substitute s is equal to 0 in the denominator polynomial, and the value that you are getting, and the other value that you are getting will be your numerator transfer function. If n is even, the same thing, you have to substitute s is equal to 0. In the denominator polynomial, you have to substitute s is equal to 0, and the resultant should be, what you are getting the resultant, it should be divided by root of 1 plus epsilon square. You know the value of epsilon square, you have to divide this, and that value will be equal to the numerator here. So what we got over here now is, we got n is equal to, our n value is even. So what we have to do, our denominator polynomial that we got is h of s is equal to 1 divided by s square plus 0.5306s plus 0.3516. This was your denominator polynomial. So as n is even, what you have to do, substitute s is equal to 0 in the denominator, above denominator polynomial, and divide that result. This given, divide the result by root of 1 plus epsilon square. So you will get, after dividing, you will get the numerator value. These two values will be 0, and you will get 0.3516. You have to divide it with the root of 1 plus epsilon square. Okay, here at that time no need to take a 1 by. Okay, I just written the denominator polynomial to make you understand this is denominator polynomial. I just wrote it for you. While substituting that in the denominator polynomial, we will get the answer 0.3516. With that, you have to divide 1 plus epsilon value, you got it as 0.075 the square. That it will be equal to 0.28. Okay. Now you got the numerator polynomial, and your h a of s, complete analog polynomial, what you got will be 0.28 divided by s square plus 0.5306s plus 0.3516. Okay, so it's a bilinear transformation, BLT. H of z is equal to 2 by t 1 minus z inverse divided by 1 plus z inverse. As in the previous previous section we have dealt with Butterworth filter, the same thing, you have to substitute t is equal to 1, and where s tends to, here all s tends to 2 by t. While substituting, you will get that is equal to, so you will be getting, while substituting, it is in a bilinear transformation, you have to substitute 2 by t. T is equal to 1 second, 1 plus z inverse, 1 minus z inverse divided by 1 plus z inverse the whole square. So this you have to divide, substitute in the above equation. So it is s square, you will be substituting s square is equal to the whole term, okay, plus 0.5306s, that is 0.5306 into 2, 1 minus z inverse divided by 1 plus z inverse, plus 0.315, and here also here there is no s, you have to avoid that. Okay, next what happens, you have to take the LCM. 1 plus z inverse the whole square is the LCM. You have to substitute with all this thing, you have to expand it. Okay, each and every step I am showing over here, you have to expand it. 1 minus z inverse is equal to 1 minus 2 z inverse plus z raised to minus 2, and here you will have 1 minus z inverse into 1 plus z inverse, that will be 1 minus z the whole raised to, z raised to minus 2, and in the final term also 1 plus z inverse the whole square. Okay, expanding, you have to expand that, you have to take the all the constant values first, then z inverse value, then z raised to minus 2 value, you will get the final answer. Now you are taking the constant term from the denominator, you're taking the constant term outside, dividing all with the constant term, you will get it 1.1 minus 1.3. Now you have to divide the numerator and the denominator term, you will get 0.0517 divided by 1 minus 1.348 z inverse plus 0.608 z raised to minus 2. This is how you can do a bilinear transformation. And the same thing we are going to do with the help of an impulse invariant transformation, IIT. Okay, so in the impulse invariant transformation, no need of pre-warping the equation, so you can directly go write the value. You have found a lambda is equal to 4.899, epsilon is equal to 0.75, ohm p is equal to ohm p value 0.2 pi, and ohm s is equal to 0.6 pi. Okay, substituting the same equation, n you will get it as n is equal to, n is the order of the filter, cos h inverse, I told you shift hype cos, we'll get cos h inverse lambda by epsilon divided by cos h inverse ohm s by ohm p, and you will get the value as 1.45, that is approximately equivalent to 2. Here also you will get the value of 2. Again you have to find the value of here all the values has been changed, ohm p has been changed, so again you have to find the value of mu. Okay, mu is equal to, as the epsilon value is same, mu value will always be same, and you are finding the mu mu value, so mu is equal to epsilon raised to minus 1 plus root of 1 plus epsilon raised to minus 2, so that you will get it as 3. Okay, now you have to find the value of A is equal to ohm p mu raised to 1 by n minus mu raised to minus 1 by n by 2, substituting the value of ohm p is 0.2 pi. Okay, and mu value is 3, substituting you will get it 0.3627. Similarly, B is equal to ohm p mu raised to 1 by n plus mu raised to minus 1 by n by 2. Here also when you are substituting the value, ohm p is equal to 0.2 pi, mu is equal to 3, n is equal to 2. Substituting the value, you will get it as 0.725. Okay, now you have to find the angle phi k. So phi k is equal to pi by 2, 2k minus 1 by, same equations, 2k minus 1 by 2n into pi. Okay, plus you will get phi 1 is equal to 135 degree and phi 2 is equal to 225 degree. Substituting the value of sk is equal to a cos phi k plus b jb sin phi k. K value varies from 1 to n. So here the n value is 2. You can find the value for 1, that is 1 k for 1, you will get 135, and for k is equal to 2 you will get 225. Okay, a cos 5k plus j b sin 5k. Substitute the value. You know the value of a you got at 0.3627 cos 135 plus j 0.725 sin 135, that is equivalent to minus 0.2564 plus j 0.513. Okay, similarly S2 is equal to 0.3627 cos 225 plus 0.725. Always put j after the value. Okay, sin 225, you will get the conjugate of this as it consists of two values. Suppose you are having the third value, you have to take the third value as the third term. Okay, which are all values are same, that you have to group it, others should be in the separate. So you will get at minus 0.2564 minus j 0.513. Okay, now h of s, you got the denominator term, that you will get it as 1 divided by s plus s plus 0.2564 the whole square plus 0.513 the whole square, that is equal to 1 divided by s square plus 0.2564 into 2, that you will get a 0.513 s plus square of this plus square of this, that will be equivalent to 0.33. Okay, now you got the denominator term. To find the numerator, as I told you in the previous day, if it value is even, here n is equal to 2, so even number, substitute s is equal to 0 in the denominator polynomial and divide the result with root of 1 plus epsilon square. So you are substituting in this equation, you are substituting s is equal to 0, these terms will be going 0.33, that is equal to 0.33 divided by root of 1 plus 0.75, 0.75 the whole square, you will get the value as 0.264. Okay, 264. Therefore h of s is equal to 0.264 divided by s square plus 0.513 s plus 0.33. Okay, now you got the complete value. Now in IIT, what we have to do, we have to find the factors of the denominator term, and then you have to find the partial, you have to use partial fraction, and you have to find the value of a and its conjugate, then you have to substitute in the IIT equation. So using IIT transformation, what happens, you have to divide the denominator term into two factors. You will get s plus 0.25 plus 0.51j and s plus 0.25 minus 0.51j. So you have to split it into two, a and a star. You can find the value of a by substituting this the whole term into a. So that will be cancelled, where s tends to minus 0.25 minus 51j. Substitute that in S. So when you're substituting, you will get the value of A and A star, the conjugate. Then you have to convert it into impulse invariant transformation. So the equation for impulse invariant transformation is Ck, the constant term that you got. This is the constant term that you got, divided by 1 minus e raised to pkt is inverse. Pk means it is s minus of minus term. S plus the whole term is given. So to find pk, s minus of the other term, minus term, you will get that pk. So you are substituting that, the whole term, you are substituting s minus of minus. So you will get minus 0.25 minus 0.51j e raised to, and here s minus of minus, you will get e raised to minus 0.25 plus 0.51j. So now you can find the digital IIT digital. You can transform the signal to a digital using IIT technique. Okay, the only thing that you want to know is here is the difference, that you have to find the value, you have to find the order of the filter, that is cos h inverse lambda by epsilon and cos h inverse ohms by ohm p. Okay, then mu, a, b and phi, using that you can get the denominator sk. To find the numerator, two conditions were given. If the numerator value is odd, you have to just substitute s is equal to 0 in the denominator polynomial, and then you can and that value will be equal to the numerator. If n value is even, you have to substitute s is equal to 0 in the denominator polynomial, and at the same time, what you have to do, you have to divide that with the root of 1 plus epsilon square to get the numerator. Okay, hope you got this. If you just go through once again, if there is any doubt, let me know. For till then, thank you.